Hey up everyone, Magpie Gaming here. I hope you're all doing well. So the controversy around hacking in Escape from Tarkov is still continuing. There were some comments made on my previous video which I need to go into. Obviously there's some things that I need to talk about and change from my original opinion now that I've had some pretty good comments on the video, to be fair. And there's also some news from Battlestate regarding all of the hacking, so we're going to go into that right now. So the ban waves are back. Not that technically ban waves ever went away, they were still carrying on in the background, but a couple of years ago Battlestate would do a ban wave and they would announce that they had done the ban wave, and they would include a name of all the people that were banned in that wave. They stopped doing that for quite a while, I think it's a number of years, but they have started doing it again. They tweeted out yesterday that they'd done a ban wave over the weekend that included 4,000 people, and that basically for the purposes of transparency they would start to put out the lists of names again. So there was a document attached to the tweet which showed the 4,000 names that had been banned over the weekend. Now how many of these people were banned that had just gone out and got hacked because of the recent video that had been doing the rounds, we'll never know. Quite a lot of people assume that a lot of other people would think, you know what, hacking looks okay in Tarkov, we'll go do it. So how many of those people had actually just started hacking, I really don't know. But 4,000 were banned, 238 of which had TTV in the name. Now probably the vast majority of those aren't streamers, or they could be people that are trying to impersonate streamers, because your name's not locked down in Escape from Tarkov. If the name's free, you can have it, it doesn't matter who you are. So there are people that try to impersonate other people, so the chances are that not all of those with TTV were streamers. Some of them might be though. There might be a couple of them in there that it actually was the streamer doing the hacking, so they might have a little bit to explain to their audience, if indeed they have one. So yeah, we're going to start getting the names again now. So if you've reported anybody in the last week or so and you made a note of the name, might be a good idea to go and look at this list and just see if they're included, to know that they was indeed banned. So I'll put a link in the description and pinned post so that you can go and check that out. In the previous video I didn't mention it in the actual video, but I did in the description. You can now get a notification received if a manual report that you put in leads to a successful ban of that player. So obviously when you end a raid and you think that the kill was sus, you report the player. If that player now gets banned, you'll get a notification. Now that's a good step in the right direction for BSG. I think obviously they always tell us that that is the best way to catch hackers, but you never actually know if it results in anything because you never get no feedback, but now you will. I would like to see that taken one step further though, so that once you put a report in, it creates a status for that in your message center. So you put the report in, it'll tell you that it's pending. When it goes up for review with the guys at BSG, it'll tell you that it's under review, and then you'll get a notification saying you don't believe this was a hacker, or yes, this was hacking, this person has been banned. Probably never going to happen, but I think just that little bit more transparency on what's going on and to get a status of when it's going to be seen would be a lot better. I wouldn't expect that these things are seen straight away. I would expect that they get thousands of reports a day that they probably manually review, so it's going to take a little while, but I think just a little bit more clarity would be a good thing. So now I need to address some of the comments that I made in my previous video. First of all, I'd like to thank everybody that did comment. All of the comments was really good. There was none of this, oh you're a dickhead, you don't know what you're talking about comments. You know, there was all very grown up comments. People took the time to put big comments on as well, so thank you very much for that. I really do appreciate it. It was one of the things that I always wanted to do with this channel, was spark some spirited debate about the subjects that I was talking about, and that's exactly what I got with the last video. So thank you very much for those that took the time to comment and watch the video. So I say in it that this isn't shining a light on it for anybody. We all knew that hackers were in it. I'm wrong with that, yes. It does shine a light for newer players that have come into the game recently, and maybe older players as well, getting a taste of maybe just how often hacking goes on in the game and what it actually looks like in the game when they're using this ESP hack. So yes, for new players that have come in, it definitely does shine a light on it, so it is good for them in that regard. But my point in that video was, I've been around for 4 years and it isn't shining a light on it for me. I knew it was going on. I know it goes on quite a bit. To what extent, none of us will ever know. We can all surmise, like I say in that video, we can all surmise that it goes on maybe the 60% that Goat says. I don't really agree that it is that much, but it is a lot worse than it used to be. So yeah, I agree, it does shine a light for new players, and it is disappointing for new players that come into this game to be, you know, it takes time in Escape from Tarkov. It takes time to put your loadout together, it takes time to mod your gun, it takes a little bit more time to get into a raid, and then to maybe losing it all quite a lot to hackers. Yeah, it's off-putting for new players, I can understand that. So yeah, it does shine a light to new players. I do agree with the people that pointed that out. Next up, there was somebody that pointed out that it was not a 50-50 engagement when I gave the example of taking somebody on in dorms that's using ESP and I'm stuck in the marked room. Yeah, you're right, it's not a 50-50 engagement, it's probably more 80-20 in that regard. Yes, they have a huge advantage because they're using the ESP hacks against me. They're going to know exactly when I'm going to peek and whether I'm going to be stood up or crouched down. In the original video I did say that they would know when I'm going to peek, but that engagement is still, I still believe, a true engagement. Obviously, no, them finding me and where I am is not a true engagement. But when I peek, yes, he's going to know where I am, whether I'm stood up, whether I'm crouched. He's going to have his crosshair right on me, but he's still got to engage me, and there are a lot of factors that get in the way of that engagement. Is he fast enough? Is he going to react fast enough when I do peek? Will I react at the same speed? Have I got a face shield on? Yes, he's going to go for a headshot, obviously, but is the face shield going to ricochet his first bullet? Happens quite a lot sometimes. Will I then get my first round off and hit him instead? Maybe good old D-Sync will jump in and fuck his shot up, who knows? So I still see it as, okay, maybe true engagement isn't the right way to describe it, but it's still an engagement that has to happen, and I don't know if that engagement's with a hacker or not. For me, it always feels like it's a legit player. Not always, but sometimes, you know, you get these people you think, fucking hell, that kill was really quick and came out of nowhere. Maybe not that legit, but I would say that a good 80% of the time, maybe 90%, it feels like it's a normal engagement to me. Maybe I'm being a little bit naive there, I don't know. Maybe I should have opened my eyes a little bit more by watching this video, but I just don't believe that I've come up against hackers that much. If I have, then they've been good at hiding it. Like I say, that engagement in dorms, I wouldn't know. I'd have no clue at all. I just believe that that player knows I'm down there. Obviously, if they're at the top of the stairs and I'm in marked room, they are going to be hearing me move around. Some people said that they wouldn't hear me. They will. You can hear people at the bottom of the corridor moving around, so they're going to know that I'm there. It's just one of those things. Yeah, I'm not going to know he's hacking, and that was the overall point that I was trying to make. Yes, saying it 50-50 engagement was wrong. Like I say, it's more like 80-20, but the point was I wouldn't know if that guy was hacking or not. I could have died in this game 80% of the time to hackers, and I wouldn't know because the engagements feel natural to me. Maybe the way that person has found me hasn't been natural because they've been using ESP, but for me, the engagement feels pretty natural. So, like I say, thank you very much to those people that commented, and thank you for the comments that you made. They were all very, they were eye-opening, they were grown up. So one of the things that I worry about doing this channel is that you just get those people that come in and comment and make, you know, dickish comments. They're the kind of things that I don't want on the channel. I know as a channel grows, if it does grow anymore, you get those, I understand that, but these was very good to read and did open my eyes to the fact that I was wrong in my previous video, so I sit corrected right now. But yeah, thank you to those that did comment. I just had a comment as I was about to start doing this audio saying that I should change the title of that video to "It's okay to be cheated." I'm not really sure where you get that from the video, maybe you didn't watch it all. I absolutely do not condone cheating in any way, shape or form in Tarkov. Like I say, it's, for me, I am just a casual gamer. I have limited time to play Escape from Tarkov. You know, I've got a daughter, I've got a partner, I've got work, I've got all these other things going on in my life, so I don't have a lot of time to game. So I'm one of these where I go in and it takes me time to get my loadout sorted, it takes me time to get my weapon ready, and to think that I go into a lot of my raids and I die to hackers, you know, it's a big waste of time if that is true. So I don't condone it in any way, shape or form. So where that person gets that idea from, I don't know. But yeah, like I say, it was good to get some spirited debate going. Again, if you want to comment on this video, you know where the comment section is, let me know. As I say, I'll put a link to the ban wave list so that you can go and check the names. And yeah, let me know what you think of things that are currently going on. I do know that Goat has put a new video out. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. I will watch it later on in the day, probably on my break at work. If I believe there's anything in it that I could make comment on, I will make another video, but we'll see. I think it's, like I said in the previous video, it's just this never-ending battle. It doesn't really change. Maybe the way the hacks change and the way the detected changes, but hacking overall, it's not going to go away. I'm not saying that we should be happy about it or we should accept living with it, but it is there and there's not a great deal we can do about it apart from putting those reports in and hoping that they do indeed get banned. And that's pretty much it for this video, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks very much for watching and listening. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Stay safe and I will catch you in the next one. Take care.